Good evening, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, the views, subscribes, comments, donations, super chats, super thanks. All of it, I appreciate it all. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. Let's clear out the energy and let's see what the message the Spirit has for us this evening. Enough said. Action, reaction. Someone is finding that them being two-faced has some serious consequences. Bottom of the deck, feeling safe. Somebody was feeling safe to do something. They felt like, you'll never know. They were feeling safe that they could go ahead and say this to you, but then turn around and talk bad about you behind your back. They could accuse you of things. They could judge you and prejudge you. They could lie on you. They could mishandle you, abuse you, misuse you. Someone is finding out that maybe they felt a little too comfortable when it came to you. Hey, Red Violet. And now they're upset. They're upset. They're not upset. They're really mad. They're really enraged. Because when you found out, when you understood what lengths this person went to undermine and underscore and underhand you, no problem. You cut the cord. You cut the cord because it was time to cut that cord. It's time to let that person start from the bottom and pull their own self up by their bootstraps. You've proved your worth. You've already proved your mettle. Now it's time for them to prove theirs. Just not on your time, and definitely not on your dime. What's the message? What's the message? Telling you somebody is mad. They're upset. They're upset because you pulled your power back. Can't make this up. You liberated yourself. You pulled your power back because you saw what this person was doing to you. You saw what this person was trying to do to you, even though you had already been through enough. You had already been through enough, and somebody was going to try and take you even further down. Somebody's waking up. They finally woke up from that stupor, from that dream that they were having, that they could do this as long as they wanted, and it was not going to impact them. It was not going to come back on them. It was not going to fuck them up in the same way they tried to mess you up. Now they happen to have the nerve to be in grief. They have the nerve to be sad. They have the nerve, the audacity. Why feel like that when you didn't even have to? You know what stupid is? Not thinking things through. Not thinking every scenario and situation, just that one that somebody wanted to see you go through. They didn't think, well, wait a minute. What if this turns around and then comes back on me? Do I really want to do that? Do I really want to take this chance? Hey, Sheila. And I guess somebody did. They took the chance. And now they feel so seen, so naked, so vulnerable because they see everybody knows who they are. Everybody's talking about them. Everybody's telling them they're dumb. Everybody's calling them a fool. Everybody's laughing in their face. Everybody's walking up and slapping them in the back of the motherfucking head. Everybody's telling them they slow. Everybody is dogging that dumb motherfucker who sat there and self-sabotaged themselves because they had too fucking much to say about you when they should have kept their motherfucking mouth shut. They was loud with it. They was disrespectful with it. They didn't care who heard what, who knew what. They wanted everybody to sit there and watch them grandstanding and saying this and saying that and throwing dirt on your name and dogging you and saying this and throwing people and mixtures and situations and scenarios that you've never been involved with, throwing you into that mix, blaming you for some shit that they did. And they never, ever, ever once took into consideration that that shit was going to come out. And now that it's come out, it just so happens, little Tink Tink, the one that can keep his mouth shut or her mouth shut, just so happens that they need something. They need something real, real bad. And guess what? They are the proverbial running down the streets on fire, and you're the only one that has to be. They need you. They're praying for a miracle, but they're worried because of this. Somebody purposely created tower moments for you. And now it's their turn at bat. It's their tower moment. It's their big debut. And they want to come back to you? I thought that they had so much to say. I thought that you was the worst thing ever. I thought that you was dumb, you was stupid, you was this, you was that, you was ignorant, you was crazy. I thought that you was broke, you was a 3-up ball, you was, the worst. I thought that was you. So why do they want to come back to you? Why do they want to come back to you? Because they know that you got that good juju. And the only one that can help them, that can save them, is you. Normally, you would move out all the stops. You get all the bells, the whistles. You would put out the red carpet. You would call in the mariachi band. You would do it all for this person. But this time, it's different. It's real different. Because this time, this person is gone way, too far. I mean, the betrayal, the disrespect. It's disgusting. You don't even want to be bothered with this person no more. Hey, Addie. You don't even want to be bothered with this person anymore. It's too much. So now this person is upset that you cut the cord, that you left, that you liberated them yourself when all they was doing was bad-mouthing you, and everybody's like, well, wait a minute. Didn't you have a whole lot to say about them? Didn't you have a lot to say about them? So why are you so upset that they no longer want to be around you, that they no longer want to help you because you had a whole lot to say? Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Because see, somebody can't look at themselves in their mirror. They can't see their own reflection anymore. They don't want to. Because all they can do is think about how they let themselves down, thinking they was hurting you. When this person really thought about what you brought to them, what you actively put on the table, time and time again, without fail, without a second thought. The one thing that they're not going to be able to have for a while, for a long time, joy. Being two-faced has consequences. Someone is finding that out. And they're going to find that out in a not so easy way. They took you and your loyalty for granted. They thought anybody would give me this. I am who I am. Okay. Now's your chance to prove it. Now's your chance to show everybody that everybody will give you the exact same thing that you got from collective, that you got from the soul tribe. But they're going to find out that people, they just don't level up to the same level that you was. They just don't provide that same feeling of safety, of security, that net. They don't have that. They don't have that any longer. And they're finding out that everybody don't give that. In fact, they're finding out the hard way. Nobody else is given that because nobody else gives a damn about them. It's a consequence. Hey, the real Furious Pharaoh. Hey, James and Biscuit, how are you? What's the message? What is the message? Yeah. Everybody is, they're trying to put this person on Front Street, and everybody is living out loud. They being just as loud as that person. They're like, hey, yo, how's so-and-so? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot so-and-so cut your ass off. Damn. Oh, you know what? Guess who I saw the other day? You know what? Let's call so-and-so. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. You don't mess with so-and-so don't fuck with you no more, right? Damn, and we was going to go over to so-and-so's house, but we still going to go. But so-and-so said you no longer invited. See, somebody failed to use their intuition. Somebody was so busy listening to somebody else because this person swore up and down that this lying person who they was listening to was telling them the truth. And instead, in their intuition said, hold on. You better check things out because you know that this person has gone through a lot and you was there with this person when this person was going through it. You know this person is a celestial alignment because you've been with this person whenever miracles have been bestowed upon you. But instead, they didn't use their intuition. They didn't even check with their own ass. They allowed their head to be successfully inserted and snugly pushed up into the ass of the person that they was believing. So they had their head stuck up in somebody else's ass. Now, when they are trying to extract said head from ass, it's because they don't like how it smells. What's the message, Spirit? Now somebody don't like the smell. Now somebody want to say something. They want to speak up. They want to come to you. They want to talk. They want to see if they can create something out of nothing after they done already sat there and burnt it all. Now they want your forgiveness after creating all this bullshit for you to go through. And this person was just getting pleasure out of hurting you. You and your unconditional love. Now somebody want to speak up. Now they want to talk. Because now they don't like the shit smell. They don't like that their head was so far up in somebody else's ass that they couldn't see the fucking light of day. They couldn't hear the phone ring. They couldn't see or hear nothing except the heartbeat of the asshole that they was in. And everybody's telling them this. They like, man, wait a minute. Oh, girl, wait, sis, bro, I know you tripping. Because we sat there and watched you lick the crack of somebody else's ass for so long because we could see what you was doing. Collective could see what you was doing. But apparently you were the only one who couldn't see what the fuck you was doing until it was too late. Now this person, they see who you are. Now they accept who you are because now they are in such a fucked up space and place. They have no other options. Somebody want to change now. Now somebody want to change. Now they want to use their intuition. Well, where was that shit at before when it was screaming at your ass? Where was this whole, I'm gonna make the right move. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna step the right way. I'm gonna get it right. Where was that at when you had your head stuck up in somebody else's ass? We want to know. Put it in the motherfucking chat. Hey, Red Bear Woman, how are you? Put it in the chat. What's the message? Somebody's finding out, yeah, it wasn't even worth it. That two-faced backstabbing, it was ha ha he ha 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 at that time, but now it's boo hoo 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 hoo. But not for us, just for you. See, somebody was not trying to give you. They was only trying to take. But now you're no longer giving. You're no longer giving. You cut the cord, you licked your own wounds, and you're going on. You know who you are. You know what time it is. You don't even have to ask them what they did, who they was with, or nothing. God has already showed you everything that you need to see to move on away from this fool. God said, take you and your good juju and get the fuck on away from this person. This person is about to see in real time, how they screwed themselves. They didn't screw you, they screwed themselves. And this person is about to wake up in real time. At the same time, when they're figuring out how they screwed themselves, they also waking up simultaneously that you are protected because you've always been doing the right thing. Ain't nobody perfect. We all have our issues. We all have our problems. But when it came to doing what was right as opposed to what you know was wrong, you went the right way. Even if you felt like, damn, I got cut out, I got this, and I got the short end of the stick. You did what was right. And now all of that is coming back on you. And now all of that is coming back on that person too. What's the message? Hey, Most High Son, how are you? What's the message? Anything else in this deck? Let's pull another one. 9 of Cups. This version, egotistical. Very egotistical. You can't tell this person nothing. They think they know it all. Can't tell them nothing. You tell them something, they feel like they know it all. This person is like unawakened, sleep, stuck. And everybody's sitting there watching them. I am well. Thank you so very much, Most High Son. Yes. See, everybody's sitting there and they're looking at you. They're looking at you. This person is really watching you. And you know what? This person is upset because you look like you happy. You look like you healing, and this person is sitting here thinking about, how you actually turned your back on them. Sasha, get in there. You're not dry. Sasha. She was playing in the sprinkler and she's still a little wet. See, this person is tripping because they see that you have turned your back on them. And like I said, this person is really in regret because, like I said, they was being so egotistical. You couldn't tell this old crazy mother trucker nothing. You was like, hey, you know what? That's not right. Why are you treating somebody like, fuck them. This is the person that was sitting there causing problems. They didn't care. Fuck them. They don't know. I don't give a fuck about it. That type of asshole. The type of asshole that don't nobody want to be around. That's why this person is stuck. It's stuck. Does nobody want to help this motherfucker? Because they said, you know what? We saw how you was trying to do. You was not even trying to be the emperor in the upright. You was trying to be the emperor in the reverse, being greedy, causing heartbreak, talking about somebody, gossiping, being two-faced, and everything else. So that's why this person felt like she needed to walk away. He or she, somebody that was, self-sufficient, that was independent and everything, felt like they needed to walk away. And since then, this person has been watching you. Like I said, your money's just getting better. Spirit keeps moving you forward faster and faster. And now this person is so upset because everybody sees how this person is like left out in the cold. Everybody sees what this person tried to do to you. They tried to leave you out in the cold. They tried to make it so that you didn't feel comfortable to come around. Like, now people are making that person not want to come around. Now people are making that person not want to be involved, making them feel awkward and odd and and paranoid. Everything that you felt, this motherfucker's feeling too. Good. Give it to him, Spirit. Times 10. Because you didn't deserve none of it. You didn't do nothing. Every plan that this person makes, they ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing. Spirit said, stop planning shit. Get comfortable in that hangman position because your ass ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere for as many minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years that you tried to stick it to my collective, to my chosen. I'm going to give you double for your money. You got that times 2. So if it was only 10 years, relax. You only got 20. But if it was 20 years, you may not make it out alive. Going to school, they've been really putting in the work. They've been doing whatever they could do to better themselves. And they're going to find out. Karma says no. Karma said you ain't going no motherfucking where. Just like you wanted to create confusion for somebody that you didn't even have, you wouldn't even be trying to be a part of. That's what you got. If somebody broke up a relationship that you was in, that's what they got. Everybody's going to get some. Everybody that had their hand in doing you dirty, even a little bit. Even if they said, I don't want to really hurt her, but I'm going to pinch her a little, they getting it too. Because Spirit said, oh, y'all fools done went too fucking far. It's all coming back. All of it. Every part of it. Everybody who had their hand in causing this tower, I suggest y'all drop to your knees and pray. They know it's happening. They know it's coming. This is like somebody checking the wind because they know it's coming in. They know it's coming in, and there is nothing they can do to stop it because this person is sitting here thinking about how disloyal this person was to you. To the part of they were supposed to be part of a couple. How disloyal this person was to you until you had to cut it off. This person celebrated way too soon. And they didn't know that the truth was getting ready to come out about how they acted in the past towards you. Not half the truth, not 3/4 of the truth. No. Spirit said, I'm going to throw it all out there like some dice. Boom. And everybody's watching. Everybody's talking just like they did for the collective. Now somebody want to ghost the whole situation. Now somebody want to hold back. Hold back from what? This shit just getting started. All you did was kick it off. Now, since you kicked it off, it's Spirit's turn. And Spirit get as many turns as Spirit wants before Spirit will give you another chance at it. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. Somebody is wondering. They're not even really wondering. They're actually looking back and they're remembering when you were still building yourself up. And they thought, oh, they'll never get there. You were still building yourself up. And they never saw your potential. But now, look at them. Look at you now. You there. You don't need them. They need you. And now they need you and they can't get to you. Because somebody had way too much to say. And none of it was nice. None of it. This person, they made you seem and sound like the worst thing since cow shit. What's the message? But see, they getting some consequences. Those actions, those fast actions, consequences. See, they thought that the devil was only here to play with you. They didn't know that the devil was also there to play with them. And the devil said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack your money. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack your money. I'm going to put you in your feelings for a while. I'm going to put you in your feelings. And then I'm on top of that, I'm going to have you stuck in this cycle. Because I know somebody even tried to tell you, they tried to warn you, they tried to give you sage advice. But you didn't feel like listening because you didn't feel like they knew what they was talking about. So Spirit said, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm making that judgment call. What's the message? Yeah, somebody, they either they go on into a dark night of the soul, or they are really ghosting everybody else in the street. Because, honey, let me tell you, everybody talking, gossiping. They can't keep no fish in no cup. It's gossiping, and then the person that's gossiping the most is the one who they was sitting here thinking they was helping. That's the one that they was sitting here thinking that they was on their side. That's the one who's gossiping the most. That's the one who's creating all this chaos. That same one. Oh, well. Yep. Spirit has moved you away from this situation. And this person, they finding themselves out in the cold. They may even be homeless. Out in the cold, may even be homeless because of somebody's ego. They thought their ego was so big. It used to be. But not anymore. Not any longer. Now they're calling first they was calling this person, oh, the big man on campus. Whoa! Or they was calling her, oh, look at her, she woman, you the girl, you the girl. Woo, woo. Now they like, oh, look at Pee Wee Herman. We're so-and-so, we're Pee Wee. Now somebody don't seem like they that big, bad, and bold anymore. Now they look like just a bum. 6 of Wands. And here you are standing out. Standing out. I feel like you're going in a totally new direction. I feel like you're starting something new and you're going in a totally new direction. I feel like this person who was two-faced with you, stabbed you in the back, is now like wondering why they was even doing that, because the thing that they was, it's like this person was trying to work on themselves, but they trying to fuck you up too. Like they trying to make it so that I'm doing this so I can get the fuck up out of here. But then they creating bills for you. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to like somebody that might be going to school to better themselves, living with you, but leaving the water running, leaving the lights on, having the air conditioner run, the doors open, just causing all these, just creating bills. Like that's gonna leave you in alert. Like that's gonna leave you just behind. Like, damn, where'd so-and-so go? What's going on? That's what they thought. That's what they thought they was gonna do. But it's not fun. It's not turning out like that. That great idea that they had, they stuck. They stuck. They was even trying to make some serious moves. Spirit said, I don't even know why you keep moving, because I told you, stay your ass still. You ain't going nowhere. You think I'm playing with you. You done created all this mess for somebody else. You created this for somebody else. What the fuck you think I'm going to do to you? This is what you get. Nothing. You get to nothing. This person was giving to you, and you were not even loyal to this person and was talking about this person, spreading gossip for the longest time, acting all egotistical, like you had your head shoved up in somebody else's ass, and now you got your motherfucking nerve. There ain't nobody else showing you no respect or no love. Now that you need something, now you kind of trying to come back to collector, trying to check that temperature to see. I wonder if that cup of love is overrunning or not. Maybe you can run in and run back up to the Empress and be like, Empress, I'm sorry. I just need to say I'm sorry so you can give me some of that good loving or good energy, that good juju that you got. And Empress is going to be like, I'm so glad to hear that you finally apologize. But I ain't got shit for you, motherfucker. Stay the fuck up off my front porch, and I'm still gone. See, somebody didn't think that causing you havoc, not giving a shit what happened to you, was going to come back around on them. They didn't think about everything. They didn't think about them being stuck in that cycle. They didn't think about you being an earth angel. They didn't think about you being rock solid. They didn't think about you being one of God's favorites. They didn't think about all these hidden lies, them being a hidden enemy. They forgot about when you was telling them. They forgot about looking at you being self-sufficient, independent. They forgot about all that love that you gave to them. They forgot even about how somebody else was being witchy to you, egotistical, mean, and nasty, and vile, and everything to you. And this was somebody in your family that wanted you to have a generational curse. They forgot about that shit that they saw with these two eyes, let alone that motherfucking eye. Now somebody want to come to you They want to give you that cup of love. They want to know, can we start over? Because they know karma is here. They know they got stuck in the situation because they let their tongue fly. They knew who they were. You see, now somebody want to get through the eye of the needle to get to heaven, and they want your healing. They want you to forgive them so they can go on with the rest of their life, because they think as soon as you forgive them, they can ghost you again. Let's just take the road less traveled. Don't come back, because if you're going to ghost me again, just stay ghost. Somebody want to come back. Now they see that you are the choice. They see that you are the gift. You got it. That's why they thinking, damn, I have to offer some apology. They don't mean that shit. They don't mean that shit. They think they got to give you this so that they can get back in, then they're going to cut it off again because this person is still immature. They ain't learned no lesson. They hoping that you ain't learned no lessons. Yeah, expect some communication. You know, they hoping that you know you'll be able to look past this little, you know, you'll be able to say, well, you know, they did apologize. Stitches come out next month, and I should be finished with physical therapy in 3 weeks or so. My psychologist said that I should be completely healed in about 6 or 7 years from this traumatic shit. And they want my forgiveness. Okay. No, it don't work like that. No. You cause somebody some for real pain. You cause somebody to go through some shit that they didn't even have to go through, that you didn't even have to try and put them through. And now, because shit ain't working out for you, you want to apologize just so you can have your shit go right, motherfucker. Is that what it is? Because if that's what it is, just say that. That way we don't have to try and be nice when we say kiss our ass. We can be mean when we say kiss our ass. But guess what? Either way it go, you can kiss our ass. Since you like ass so much, since you done had your head stuck up in somebody else's ass, we don't want your head stuck up in our ass. We just want you to kiss it. Yeah. That little strike against you is coming right back to them. Funny how that worked out. Yeah, funny how that worked out. As if you wasn't supposed to know. As if you couldn't love yourself enough to say, you know what? I don't deserve this bullshit. Whatever this shit is, I don't deserve this. And I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a shit who you are. You could be my own motherfucking child. I'm done with this bullshit. You get what the fuck you get. Karma, come on and get that motherfucking ass. Because people get tired of putting up with other people's shit. You see what I'm saying? Ain't life hard enough for us to have to go around and put up with somebody else's bullshit? We got bills. We got inflation. We got, jobs. We got this. We got that. But then somebody, because they not healed, because they feeling shitty about themselves, want us to feel shitty about us. It don't work like that. You take you and your shitty ass on over there and you feel shitty by yourself. I'm telling you, somebody thought their wish was coming true with this dream job. They knew it was in the bag, baby. All they had to do was get the pen out and sign on the dotted line. But something about that dotted line, something about that offer when karma comes back around. See, Spirit has said, I saw what you did and I heard what you said. Spirit said, and I even saw how you made my child feel. And I was sitting back and I was wondering, why are they making my child feel like this? And I even went to holler down that you stop it, because I got something for you. But you said I'm still going to give it to your child because I feel like a asshole. And so Spirit said, I'm telling you, cut it out. Leave my child alone. I got something else for you. But somebody said, no, I'm doing it. I'm going to teach them a lesson. I'm going to stick it to them. Spirit said, okay, now that you done stuck it to them and I told you to leave their ass alone, I'm sticking it to fucking you. How you like this? See, they didn't want to use their intuition because Spirit was telling you, I got something for you. All you got to do is chill. Leave my child alone because she on a whole nother mission over here. You got a whole nother thing over there that you need to take care of, but you keep fucking with them. And I'm tired of telling you. It's a lot. It's too much. I did see that death card come out though, but yeah, Spirit's like, no, you're not getting nothing. Like I sat there and watched you the whole fucking time. I sat there and watched you plan this shit. I sat there and watched you do this shit. No, you're not getting nothing. You know, somebody's like, no, somebody else gets to go through that gets to close that cycle. Somebody else gets their 10 of cups. You get your 10 of cups, but this karmic, they don't get shit. Now somebody's talking. Now they want to communicate. I feel like they want to ask you questions about how you know what you know, how you knew to protect yourself, how you knew to, just to back up, to go on your own way, how you knew about these other people and to leave them alone. Someone wants to know, how you knew and why they didn't fucking listen to you, because if they would have listened to you, they wouldn't be receiving this karma and they would be receiving what God had for them. See, somebody now they want to ask you questions. Where was you at before when there was a question that should have been asked? See, this was a family situation. Somebody was holding back that they was working with somebody else behind your back, or they was being influenced by somebody else behind your back. But that person was like, don't say nothing. This is between me and you. Because if somebody come to me and tell me that, I'm going to know that you said that. You know what I'm saying? How I be fucking with kids' minds and people with weak mind. This between me and you. Don't say nothing, because if you say something, I'm going to know that you're the one that told the secret. That kind of bullshit. And now somebody's sitting there thinking, yeah, they got fucking duped. They got fucking duped. Now somebody want to leave this motherfucker who was starting the problems. Now they want to leave this motherfucker alone because they see how overburdened they are for dealing with the wrong negative shit. Especially going against an earth angel that was part of their family. Somebody that was down for them. Somebody that could have cared for them. This is somebody, like I said, that was creating problems. Trying to create problems. This is somebody who was going around town gossiping about you, saying the worst shit about you that could have been said. And the reason that God don't want you to even find out what this motherfucker said is because God don't want you to internalize that at all. You don't even need to know. All you need to know is this piece of shit cannot come near you. This piece of shit, even if they come near you, God said, I still ain't doing a motherfucking thing. I don't care if you win the lottery, you give them $5, I'm going to have somebody come up and mug their ass. They ain't getting shit. Which is exactly what they deserve. Because they didn't want you to have shit. And that was not what you deserved. To see, you was doing the right thing. You was being responsible. You was being respectful, respectable. You was doing the right thing. You was talking to this person. You was being real honest with this person. You was telling this person about spirituality, about their ancestors, about how the two of them work together to make sure that this person is able to graduate and go on to the next level whenever they're finished with this life. You was telling this person all this shit, but this person was like, they don't know what they're talking about. Hey, Jody, how are you? They don't know what they're talking about. I don't believe in that old hocus pocus shit. But they'll believe in black magic. You know what I'm saying? They'll believe in gossip about somebody and messing up situations and relationships and chances for somebody spreading that fucking gossip with that forked tongue of theirs, but they talking about something they don't believe in spirituality. You know how fucking stupid they sound? I hope they know how fucking stupid they sound. Hey, Yanni, how are you? Yes, Shaylin, they didn't want to listen. Yes, didn't want to listen. You know, sometimes when you feel like you know everything, that's when you know you're the biggest motherfucking fool in the room. You're the biggest dummy in the room when you feel like you know it all. This person didn't want to take no advice from nothing, from nobody. They felt like, I know it all, tricking themselves and letting other people trick them too. I know it all. You ain't got to tell me. I know. And you know, one of those people that if you try and tell them, I know already. I know. It's just like, no, you don't know. Because if you knew it, I wouldn't have to tell your dumb ass this. I wouldn't be watching you get ready to walk off the motherfucking cliff if you already knew. If they already fucking knew. But you was trying to tell them because you really knew. You intuitively knew. And that's whenever you intuitively knew that you had to separate yourself. You had to protect yourself. You had to heal yourself. And you had to end this. Because somebody else was not willing to compromise. They didn't want to change. They didn't want to act right. They didn't want to give you the benefit of the doubt. They didn't want to treat you like you had a heartbeat, like you had feelings, like you were worthy of love. They didn't want to treat you as such. They wanted to treat you as if you were an inanimate object they could kick around at any time. And now this person can't stop watching this inanimate object. This person is so confused. This person is feeling like they are losing their mind because they didn't Do what's right. Things that you told this person was right on the money. And that scared this person. And even though you told this person stuff that was right on the money, they still didn't want to do right. Now they don't have a choice. Now they don't have a choice because they did so much. They did too much. This is somebody from the past, maybe a child of yours or something. Somebody that you had fond memories with, somebody that you loved, you protected. There was nothing that nobody could have ever told you about this person in the past to make you believe that this person would ever do this to you. And the part that hurts is the fact that you see that not only were you wrong, but this person did all of that and more. And here you are. You told them. You already told them. This is what this person is thinking about. Everything that you told them. Everything that you told them and how they didn't care. What you had with them, they didn't feel was good enough, so they went with somebody else. They felt somebody else was better, was at a higher level. Maybe there's this other person, they didn't know that this other person was a fraud. They didn't know that this other person had a criminal record. They didn't know that this other person tried to set their car on fire, and the insurance company caught them. And when they was about to go to jail, they know this person got kicked out with a dishonorable discharge. They know this person was sitting here going around town spreading diseases. They know that this person was the same person that would see a daughter and then turn around and fuck their mama. They know that this was this person, if this person would sit there and do the same thing to them. They didn't know that. Even though you told them, they still chose that. They still chose that. They still chose that. And backstabbing has its consequences. Now somebody's trying to think of how they can manifest, how they can come back in, what can they say, what can they do? They wish that they didn't cut you out. I don't feel like this person has a chance in hell. I don't feel like this person has a chance in hell. This person not just did something against you, this person did something against their own bloodline. This person caused a family curse for no fucking reason. For no fucking reason, because this person couldn't keep their trap shut. Yeah. Somebody wants to travel to you. They really want to travel to you, but they feel like you're going to have your back turned towards them because you know what they've done. You know that they was a part of. And that's why Spirit is carrying you away from them, because Spirit said, no, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve none of this shit. It's like that. That's whenever, when you love these people and you don't want anything bad to happen to these people, but at some point you have to say those words. Those very powerful words. Those words that will make a motherfucker not sleep if he or she has ever been doing anything wrong to you. You have to say the words. Return to sender. And then let karma do her job. Because they tried to do a job on you. You don't want to say it. It's nothing personal. It wasn't personal when they was trying to get at you, was it? It was all business, wasn't it? See, sometimes you have to play the fool in order for you to fool the fool who thinks they're fooling you. Sometimes you have to remind somebody, listen, hey, I tried to help you, but you said no. But you have to say those words. They have to receive that in order for them to wake up, to understand that this is what they wanted for you. And this is what they need for them. This is somebody that hates you because they ain't you. And whatever they did, that was the dumbest move ever. This person right now, they have got to be extremely full because they are eating all their words. And they know all of those words were very toxic. This person is toxic. This person is unhealed. This person has a dark energy about them. This person is very devilish. This is somebody who's just a clout chaser. This is somebody you told, take your negative shit back. I don't want that. This is somebody who's finding out now you are the key, because like I said, now they are in need. They need something that you're the only one that can provide. But remember, before you start providing that to them, remember whenever they left you out in the cold. Remember that. See, their actions are catching up to them. And they're starting to wake up to realize God don't play about you, period. Not even a little bit. And for them to think that God did play about you, that was wrong, because God don't play about you, period. Something about their handshake might be like a wet noodle. This is a weak person. That's a weak person. But it's like you've been protected for a long time. Maybe you can remember whenever your grandfather died and you felt that protection come from your grandfather to you, and you always felt that presence around you. This is why somebody tried to give it to you, but you never let them see you sweat. This is somebody who's walking around town talking about you, talking about the tea was just spilled. The tea was just spilled when they ain't spilled no tea because it was all lies. So that bullshit they was trying is just over. Because they knew the difference between right and wrong, good and evil. And now Spirit has to step in and make sure that they pay that price and they never lose sight of their convictions again. If there's one thing that Spirit's going to make sure that they got, it's that conviction. Anything else? This could be, your mother could have been involved. You know? Yep. And they upset, but they didn't call you a liar. Whatever you had to say, they may not have liked it, but they didn't call you a liar. This is like, and these people see you are like a candle in the wind. No matter what they throw at you, no matter how hard that wind blows, they could never blow out your light. This is somebody who thought they was going to fuck with you. They walked over and they had to limp back. Hey, J. Mike, how are you? That's all right. That's all right. Just glad to see you here. What else, Spirit? What's the message? Anything else? Okay. Yeah, this is somebody that wanted to steal your gift. This is somebody who had a lot of negative energy and a lot of negative shit to say, you know. And what's odd is they really do want you. They want you in their life, but this is somebody who's so fucked up. They keep lists of shit, like they checking shit off. Like, okay, well, like if you did something, look, so-and-so did this for me. You know, they did this, they did this, they did this. And then whenever they do something for you, this. You know, like they trying to keep a list for, if you do 10 things for them, then they're going to do one for you. This is somebody who took a big risk and they lost it all. We already said this, because they refused to change. They lost it all. They're sitting there thinking about, in theory, this person was sitting here planning on a brand new positive day. Yes, they were. But they forgot about how they was trying to fuck your day up. See, this person should have chose their battles. They were sitting there trying to fuck your day up, thinking that they was going to have a positive day. No, boo, it don't work like that. Closed doors lead to new open doors. This person is facing some closed doors. And they're afraid of those new open doors, because they're realizing that those doors are closed. That shit was scary. They're realizing those people didn't give a fuck about them. And they're realizing they cannot be an island alone like they tried to make you. So now they're realizing without you, they're going to have to try and trust someone else, someone that they don't know, someone that doesn't care about them, someone that don't have a problem doing the wrong, someone that don't have a problem mistreating their kids, someone that don't have a problem stealing from them, someone that don't have a problem lying on them. But God's coming ready to send you somebody else. Your true love is here. You're about to be married to the love of your life only because you chose God. And now this person sitting back watching you be great. And everybody's remembering this motherfucker played everybody in the end. Played everybody in the end. And then wanted no ties. But now, the secret's out. Y'all, I'm going to leave it right there. Somebody is about to get it. Spirit is like, no. Spirit is telling somebody, you can cry if you want to. Yeah, it's probably going to help with the stings whenever I'm whooping your ass with this leather belts. But you can cry. Yeah, I would cry too. If I was that dumb to do the shit that you did and not think about the shit that you was doing while you was doing it, I would cry too. Because it was pretty stupid. And this shit is going to hurt. Spirit's like, I'm not going to lie to you. This shit is going to hurt. I'm going to keep it 100. This shit is going to damn near kill you. Just like you tried to damn near kill my boo. So I'm getting ready to give it to you times 2. I hope somebody was only doing it for 2 years. That means 4 years they through. But if you was one of them lifers and you've been trying to give it to a family member as long as you've been born, and you in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, you ain't about to make it through. You won't even make it past the first year. You may not even get past the first few months, depending on which part of karma and justice that God want to start you off with. See, he may have you do the step down plan where he give you the hardest shit at the beginning and it gradually get easier as you work through that karma. Or he may give you the build-up plan where it starts off easy enough, but then as it go and go and go, you finding that you're having a hard time getting up that motherfucking hill. Or he could just do it like y'all did it. The whole block them out. Ain't nobody getting shit. Some people want Spirit just to do the whole slice their throat. Nope, Spirit said no. You're going to be around and you're going to watch this, and I'm going to have those people that you was mistreating watching you. People better stop playing around here. Shit's getting serious. People better stop playing around here. If you cannot treat somebody the way you want to be treated, then guess what? They sure can treat you the way that you treating them. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you so very much. I'm so glad tomorrow was Thursday. This going into work this week is tiring. I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Good night. I'm going to bed.